You are watching Liberty Online TV. This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange. This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, CIJAB, a Center for Islamic Public Enlightenment and Dialogue, I work with Elba, Sierra Leone, and we celebrate World HIJAB Day, 1st of February. Now, within where we choose, empowering voices, shattering stereotypes, and advancing diversity, equality, and inclusivity in Sierra Leone. A very big word and R&D. What does that mean? When we shatter the stereotypes? Most women think so, women they use hijab. Most times they're not supposed to be in certain spaces, or they're oppressed, or they're not educated, they're not learned. So then stereotyping now because as people like more and more, and they learn and they seek knowledge and they get to know and understand and adhere themselves to the religion and the belief. So when we get spaces where from school alumni association there, elders association there, to certain offices where things say people already tie their head, already cover their head, not get space to. So this is part of embracing diversity and for look at how they include all man where they and how they foster equality amongst whether you use hijab, head cover or not. And people need to understand say hijab now the equivalent to English word for or cover head in Creole and head cover. So you don't necessarily even have to be a Muslim, but if you decide to cover your head, then it just makes you wanting to link more to your religion. So the whole essence now the rights we people get around this, and for no say for cover your head, not put nothing from you. It doesn't take away any right from you, and it doesn't put you in a bracket of not being educated or not. And we do see that we get a lot of educated women now, especially who they align themselves and they acknowledge that they're Muslims and they want for cover. And as we get older, we all get closer to religion. So this is why we need this kind of conversation. And we need to stop and break and day. And now stop the stereotyping, and stop the discrimination, and stop the myopic way to look at things, but embrace everyone as they come. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome to a special program where they come to you live on Liberty Television. As you get to you live now with Facebook, YouTube, and with website www.libertyonlinetv.com. May they make this special program reach you this afternoon. My name is Al Hassan Koma. Of course, today we look at issues surrounding a celebration where people within Sierra Leone and plenty other countries they hold every February 1st, where they can celebrate World HIJAB Day. Waiting at the significance of this particular celebration, we can discuss that now the program. Now, when you say, ensure that you stay with me for the next 1 hour as we can discuss about issues surrounding people where they use hijab, all about Sierra Leone and the world at large. And waiting this mean for with Sierra Leonean people within inside Islam. And of course, waiting we go achieve from this particular world celebration and the theme surrounding this year's celebration all will come to you through this particular program with the watch. You say for the watch will be part of the program through where you will send a text message to the number +232 700 200 545, or you send a message on the platform inside the watch reform, either on our Facebook page or the YouTube channel. For we discuss about this particular important celebration across the world. Are they with a very young, dynamic lady with Fatima Mansare, Ide represents CPED, of course. Ide with you in the studio. Good afternoon, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, sir.
I pleasure forget you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I also there with Titus Mohamed Kalon. Of course, Inde represents the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Fambul, we go continue with the conversation. Just like from the video clip you don't watch, we they discuss about the importance, the significance of using hijab, and some of the stereotype thinking where people only get about people within Sierra Leone where they use hijab. Remember, say February 1st, the world they celebrate hijab day, where we get about 140 countries with a part of this particular celebration. Well, I just joined Fatima Mansari. You now somebody as well, because from the looks we see you inside hijab and a very young person so far. So tell me, what in this day mean for people who use hijab across the world?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Firstly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down a book when the Quran. In this book when we said only about 1,400 years ago. And inside this book here, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in legislations and put in wisdom. The things that we say we for doing a halal things and the things we for abstain from when the haram things and so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inside this wonderful book in tell about this hijab. In tell about in Surah Al-Ahzab chapter 33 verse 59 of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell the prophet, so all you the prophet, tell the believing man them, the woman them, and the you girl picking them for make them take up this covering. The essence of this covering also for protection and for like they recognize you say you're a Muslim. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say. So spiritually first, the essence of this hijab now for sure say for gain closeness to you, Lord. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you say for wear the hijab and Islam, everything about Islam na total submission for submits to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as a woman first, if you're not saying a compulsory beside the date itself. Beside the date say we celebrate them. Not to the day its significance itself, now the command where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put say this not compulsory. And you don't wear this covering here, so there's no need for ask you whether you're a Muslim or not. You don't get the show recognition of who say you belong. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, we wear this hijab for recognition and for protection. We wear the hijab for protection. How will they protect you? As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told me, had they say, al-haya'u la ya'ti illa bil khayr. This modesty, because we women they dress in a modest way. Hijab na one form of modesty. You covered, it accounts goodness for you. Which form of goodness? You they see a particular place, people in the street, possible say, Mami aja can't sit down so as a form of respect. So in the protect you, in a way when we say, let's say for example, we get so many diseases that when we see they go through around the world. Me not the way hijab, my skin not go become exposed. That's the first thing. If my skin not go become exposed, then I don't protect myself in that format day. Say I not go get body contact with person. Then I one form of protection.
Yeah, Fatima, like you did talk about issue you get to do with protection, right? And the code of dress for Islam, which is much more appreciable and accepted. You know? But from the opening statement, you talk about the hijab, na a compulsory thing where every Muslim woman for put. Yeah. But of course, we get Muslims then we definitely, according to what you say, Allah. Definitely they mention things that we get to do with how best you know go expose your features as a woman. But tell me about women the way we see na Muslims them we know they accept for use the hijab, but of course then still they pray.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, he say all who now believe fear Allah completely and wala tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. And let you not die except in the state of being being in the complete submission of Allah. So Muslim woman, we get Muslim woman, then we see them they make efforts, then they pray, then they do everything. Mind you, the hijab not come once and for all. We get prayer, we get other things in. But the woman in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they tell them about the hijab, according to written the hadith tell we, you say some woman then just because of written the Prophet tell them, then clothing the way them get, then check them for make them cover themselves immediately. So then they show the significance. This not compulsory. Since I get the fairness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I need for work with that. We know they do things for please human. You do something for please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now stage by stage, you start up for cover your aid, you start up for wear the full covering and all. Now bit by bit. But not if you die in that state, they say, I'd wait tomorrow, I'd wait next turn. You not die in that total submission to the will of Allah. Allah knows, because Allah ain't the judge. Need to be the judge than they. Okay. Allah ain't the judge.
Alright, continue for stage 3, Fambul. In case you just join me, we bring a special program with the country live on Liberty Television as we look at the importance and the significance of Muslim women, them, for use the hijab. And of course, today we also get to look at how the world plan for celebrates the World Hijab Day. They can celebrate every February 1st, because we will celebrate Sierra Leone February 1st, 2025. That brings me at the studio for can discuss about how we plan for celebrate this particular day and what are some of the important things that we attach to this particular year celebration. But of course, the theme for this year celebration now empowering voice, shattering stereotype, advancing diversity, equality, and inclusion in Sierra Leone. Now this is not a theme for this year's celebration World Hijab Day. We will come and look at this particular theme and how we attach to the celebration. But firstly, we look at the very first issue they discuss, get to do with the impact of discrimination on Sierra Leone development. But that we go when that's to the issue we get to do with women, the way they use hijab, just like we've seen Fatima don't mention about the importance and how it compulsory for every Muslim woman for use hijab. Now look at the discrimination. We don't happen within Sierra Leone. As a woman puts hijab, we don't see a lot of talking within the country about women the way they use hijab. Moreover, the one that we can cover, just like we see Fatima address this afternoon. So tell me.
Well, in the first place, being a teacher, okay, our Lord try for define what's in the word discrimination. Because it's a very big word. And at the of the opinion say, because when they go to school, when they listen to this conversation, we're not going to know the meaning of the word discrimination. Discrimination is a way you treat somebody or a group of people unfairly because in the first place, since you wear a hijab, or since because of sexual orientation, or because of ethnicity, or because of his age. So the way they treat a person or a group of persons unfairly, because in the first place, they say you wear a hijab, you treat them unfairly, you discriminate against them, okay, or because of his sexual orientation, or because of his ethnicity, or because of his age. So we would need to get the platform very clear within our discrimination. Then how it affects development of this country? Huge. Because you might be discriminating the most powerful scientist in the country. When you discriminate against that person, you don't stifle development. You might be discriminating against the best teacher or the best teachers in this country. By discriminating against them, it is stifle development. You also might be discriminating against the best engineers or the best lawyers because maybe they don't belong to your own political party, or because they don't belong to your tribe, or because they are gays, or because they are transsexuals, or because they are bisexual. You discriminate against them. It is stifle development in many ways because they discriminate maybe against the most powerful persons in that society. Maybe the people where they discriminate against, these are not the people that we for don't raise the economy to a level where we all go celebrate. Maybe you are discriminating against the economists of this country because maybe they wear hijab, or maybe because now woman. You see, okay, look at even in the Nubian traditional setting, like in the north, women they need to become paramount chiefs. So even if you get the most brilliant ideas in the world for make that chiefdom the most powerful chiefdom, or for make that chiefdom the most developed chiefdom, by extension the district and the country, because you're a woman, you don't go contest for chieftaincy. But this is not the north that they talk about. This is not applicable in the south.
So if we want to narrow this conversation, to issue we get to do with, let's look at first with primary forms of discrimination.
Okay.
In Sierra Leone. How best, Mr. Titus, you go before explain this one for family?
Well, maybe sometimes we discriminate somebody because of an age, no matter your experience, oh, this is an old man, for talk here, on a form of discrimination. They discriminate somebody because of his sexual orientation. Okay. Maybe he's gay, other not gay. Because like I say, school-going children might be listening to this conversation. I can for define any word what they use. Okay. Because sometimes they teach, but when learning not take place, then nothing has been achieved. Sure. Maybe they discriminate somebody because of his sexual orientation. In this sense, he might be gay. Gay is somebody who is attracted to a incompetent man. Or maybe he's a lesbian. This person is attracted to a incompetent woman. Or maybe he's a bisexual, or transgender. Okay. They discriminate against those kind of people. They can also discriminate somebody through ethnicity. Oh, but you are from the northern region. You are from the southern region. You are from the eastern region. No matter how intelligent, no matter that person in contribution to national development, to national peace, they discriminate against them because of ethnicity or because of region, which I come out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these are some of the forms of discrimination, the way we can experience.
Continue for stay with me. In Titus Mohammed Kalon, it represents the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. The program with the watch a special program with the Council Live and Liberty Television. Of course, as today we look at everything we get for do with the different forms of discrimination across the country. For people, they use hijab and as well other different walks of life. We will look at some of them issues then just like waiting Mr. Tysos don't talk about then forms of discriminations then we can get key challenges in terms of achieving diversity, equality and inclusion now with different workplace, but of course discrimination don't hinder some of them progress then so waiting you will say with regards to that, Fatima.
Mostly why I can like a photo, but which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say. Okay. Because the book itself, it don't state everything. As Allah say, if you don't want anything, you not choose from the book of Allah. The word, the Quran, you don't pull so many judgments, they don't can legislations, they don't can, but you not go compare them to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Quran. Firstly, let me know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, he say, oh mortal man, me Allah na me create us man and woman, so that una go collaborate, so that una go know ourselves. And Allah say, in put on us tribes them, and put on us nationalities them. But the most honorable amongst una do away with God. So if they talk about one key challenge in terms of diversity, equality, now because we not get the fairness of God. Because if we get the fairness of God, I know say this now God na in creator, then I not go mock him just because of the way our God created him. I know say this is the work with waiting the world see. I not go mock that particular person day. Let's say example, if this particular person day in a particular tribe, I know say this person has so now God na input another tribe day. I don't choose the type of tribe where I want belong in. Now God na input me there for me. This particular person born me. This particular person make a day from this particular tribe here. So if he God don't put me in that fact day, then as a believer or as supposed we be say if fear God, then I need for respect that. And secondly, we can get people that will be saying literate people and that we not get people that will get wisdom. If we in a workplace, wisdom now the chance where we use for let we work with the knowledge where we get. They say a particular person goes to school, but still in order to act like person we go to school. First we say it gets wisdom about something. Then I'm gonna say this now so God already make this person here so. Then I will live with the person peacefully. Equality with it. When they talk about religious tolerance, let's say for example, religious tolerance in our country, but you get certain areas that when we say they know to work with them. If I know say this now Muslim and Muslims they need for dress in that appropriate dress code day, then I need for tolerate that. In order to affect me, in order to because I wear the hijab means they affect me brain. Let's say for example again, we go class system, I attend class. And as Mr. Kalon say, we get hijabis there when engineers them. And me they study engineering. Since I study engineering, we get certain people in a class where they look at me and say, we wear hijab so at the end na marido sige for go end. Mind you, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking, it's how about knowledge. Knowledge is compulsory upon man and woman. So when hijab not stop me from making offend knowledge. So we need to get wisdom about what they say. And if you talk about another challenge again, the challenge of neglecting, say, each and every one of we will get right. you dey neglect the company, right, where you get at that particular working place. We all go to college, we all go for go learn. You no need for neglect the fact that I pay me college fee. I need for get the same rights where you they get in that particular place.
But like then neglect and then discrimination, we una can face as students or people in a workplace where they use hijab. How it feel like? How you're able to cope with that? Like you probably, if you look at a whole institution that you want to put on hijab, then plenty questions they can be, and why you putting this? You're a very young person, and also how you able to cope moving forward?
Alhamdulillah, we class na me one the way hijab. So since na me one the way hijab, I dey look at certain times in the even for me person Sidonia you they afraid like they be like this na hijab una no near me no they Sidonia person all them stuffs in there. But one thing we get the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear. This will not test. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, he said this will not prison for the believer. Prison in the sense, it only saying tight for you, but the people that don't make them tight already. And Allah don't put in jurisdictions and say this ain't correct, this ain't wrong. So where that they put person in a prison, they know they put and they for make them do something, we go hurt and they do for make them protect them. Then put cell all in a form of protection than they. So that the time when it be say it don't get the right sense and everything, they will say, okay, well, may this person come to the society. So God puts me in this world and it be prison for me. How? I not go dress any way where in this I want. Now according to waiting God is saying I go do. So if as no saying a God in work I they follow, then I don't need for care about whether I'm being neglected. I don't need for care whether are they alone. You they feel happy, say you did do something where God will be pleased with.
All right. So continue, just continue for still. I think, yeah, Mr. Titus want to add something.
Yeah, just want to a classic example. When I believe university, one of the most difficult courses we be facing is computer science.
Okay.
But we get this lady within a class, all 10 are hijab they wear for kind of class. Mondays through Fridays, na hijab. But she was the most powerful student with computer science. But we all be the disassociate ourselves from her because of this hijab we they wear. Because we associate the hijab with some form of holiness and modesty. So one day, I think she got tired with this. So he decided to come up in the class and give me a presentation. So when I was with you, my brothers, the presentation was that lady gave on computer science. She was even more powerful than the lecturer. We'll be the teacher with computer science. We'll be the get D and E for computer science because we associate ourselves with that woman who grades and raised to B and A. Because she was exceptionally good in computer science while we would struggle. But because if they wear the hijab,
so everybody be
we all be separate ourselves from her.
Wow.
So like I say, you might be discriminating against the most powerful lawyer or lawyers or the most powerful engineers, and it affects the economy. One college professor said, his name Gary S. Becker, he said, when discrimination interferes with talent, the economy they suffer. When discrimination interferes with talent, he said the economy they suffer.
Okay.
He said the economy they suffer because discrimination they take a route where maybe you have not planned that part. In the sense, look come to workplaces. Look at we staff retention. You might don't recruit the most talented and most powerful staff. But when they feel their contribution is not valid, those staff can leave.
Okay.
Yeah, you go not recruit the most powerful and talented staff. Then they're within an organization. But when they feel their contribution in that organization or in that institution is not valid, the tendency for those staff to leave is high. Then when students body feel discriminated against, they get a society where people that they grow up who are very timid.
Okay.
They grow up, they become isolated. And this could be even similar to post-traumatic stress disorder. Because when you discriminate a group, especially of young people, so much, you push them to the wall, they feel isolated, they feel timid. They get a society growing up that is timid. They get a society that has no fallback because they feel we are being discriminated, we are isolated, we are nobody, we have nothing to contribute. So it gets a society, and from the Peace Commission perspective, once a society where they come up very liberal, or liberal in the sense where there's a conflict we will sit down and discuss them.
They're like equality and inclusion.
Inclusion.
I think it's key word for on our way the Peace Commission. Just like you introduced yourself earlier on, you've been a teacher.
Yes,
We
yes.
also don't see inequality that happen at certain institutions.
Certain institutions,
like
yeah.
Schools,
in schools,
in
institutions, yeah, in workplaces.
So how best we be able for breed from that particular issues and the way they happen and then different.
Let's tell you what we do as a commission. Don't get into existence for the past 3 years. You know, we all sometimes get this notion about bike riders. Say they are lawless people to some extent. But not all of them are lawless. In any society, in any group or tribe, you get people away lawless. So what did Peace Commission do? We train bike riders in all the 16 political districts in this country as peace monitors and peace mediators. And the commission was very deliberate in doing this. You know why? Because bike riders, they go to hard to reach areas. Usami, you know, go. Bike rider, they reach there. So we train them. Since society get this notion about them, say, oh, they can be destructive elements. No, Peace Commission say, no, these are the people that we need to include in the peace process. These people have been excluded for so long. But the Peace Commission say, we need to include these people in the peace process because they are vital. They are key in the peace process. Because they will able to go in areas that we may not able to go and report issues we get for those conflicts to the Peace Commission. But that make we always get to toll-free line, 898. You don't need to top up now any network so far, be it AfriCell, QCell, Orange. They call 898 and report any issue or issues we get the potential for conflict wherever you are in the country.
All right, continue for state way in a Titus Mohamed Kalon. We're waiting at the studio from the National Peace Cohesion. They help with for discuss on this important issue again for the impacts of discrimination on Sierra Leone development. I also deal with Fatima Mansari. We are a very young, vibrant lady. They represent CPED. They also done the tell plenty things we now things we done in the you know the growth within Sierra Leone and other institutions with regards to the discrimination with them as young people they face across the country. Before we go for the short break, can I just pose this question for Ona to be probably will be my last question before we join the other sets of people for joining inside the program. How discrimination they hinder the economic development in Sierra Leone from your own perspective as a young person?
How in the hinder the economy, as Mr. Kalon rightfully say, we know say you're not gonna know a particular person until you work with a particular person there. So if you feel say you just look at a particular person just because of the way they dress or because of your name or because of your disability and you feel like this person is not good enough, then you don't lose something great. And with that, then type of people in there, if they don't reject so many things then because they choose for step back. And when they step back, that was very busy for the help for make development go be in this particular place, in a particular workplace or even the country as a whole. Unfortunately, you don't lose that particular person. You don't lose a factor. And mostly you don't see Miss Hillary Colgate. He said if then close all the banks, like example, then discriminate hijabis then. Then the hijabis then they decide, or the Muslims then decide say, okay, well, we not go keep na them bank then let me close all of them bank then. And we get Muslims they may be saying then the part of them bank associations and the way they say they join. If they lose such type of people, the economy they went down. So you see, and one way for build up the economy, they say through education. If you stop the students, then you stop the girl child for say just because they wear hijab, because they're Muslims or because they're disabled, you say make a normal school. You know how many percentage of Muslims are we get in the country? You don't get this the economy itself. So
thank you so much. I will also join Mr. Kalon on the issue we get to do with the discrimination, how it hinder the economic growth in the country.
Discrimination of any form, they hinder economic growth, they hinder social growth of any form in any country, because they discriminate against talent. Talents will matter in the society. Talents will move from one step to the other. When once you discriminate against them, then growth does not take place at all. Because you don't left out the most unique and talented people. Like I say in the example, in the form of engineers who will change the infrastructural face of this country. Lawyers who will change the face of this country. you know, and when he discriminates against them, like I say, but I'm more particular about school-going children, because as a commission, we would like to catch them young. Okay. Because from when they are young to when they grow, they either grow up or become peace-loving citizens, or they become destructive citizens. Okay. And as a commission, the country don't charge me with the responsibility for put measures in place for make sure say we prevent, manage, and resolve conflicts. Okay. So maybe discrimination can be a form of conflict in the long run when it is not handled.
Okay. All right, you still watch a special program with the come to you live now Liberty Television, now with Facebook, YouTube, and with website www.libertyonlinetv.com. May they bring this particular program to you this afternoon. My name is Al-Hassan Kumar. Today we don't look extensively, we don't discuss about issues surrounding discrimination, now different sectors now the country, and of course now the studio are there with Mr. Titus Mohamed Kalon. It represents the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, and also there with Fatima Mansare, where they represent CPAD, as we don't discuss issues we get for do with the impact of discrimination on Sierra Leone development. Continue for state, we send the number to the number +23274 200 545, or you drop a comment now the Facebook session which are you the watch with from. We will go for the short break. When we come back, we will continue with the conversation. You still watch the Liberty program with the country live this afternoon now with different platforms. We'll go for the short break. We will come back and continue with the conversation.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, that's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Man, them girl begin the security power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV there before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. The human them, girl begin, let's get the power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. You speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to the HIJAB, Chief Executive Officer of the Center for Islamic Public Enlightenment and Dialogue for Peaceful Coexisting, to celebrate the International Day of the HIJAB, when Him will be choose CPED and ELBA of Sierra Leone, now empowering voices, shattering stereotypes, advocacy, diversity, equality, and inclusivity, particularly in Sierra Leone, with the main theme, hijab is on silence. Tonight I talk first waiting as CPED, at the Center for Islamic Public Enlightenment and Dialogue for peaceful coexistence. And we vision now for create, we try to see a world where Muslim men and women, youths and children are totally empowered for the role models in making positive impact in the society, spiritually, economically, socially, particularly education. That's the motto of CPED. It comes out from Surah Al-Isra, which says, "Iqra bi ismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa." When I read, learn, and that are the first injunction we can to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we main aim in CPED now for give education, and we get programs so we do every Friday on SLBC between 4 o'clock and 5:30. We do the Dawa work, where they take concepts from the Quran and preach about that to our Muslim brothers and sisters, and even to non-Muslims, because non-Muslims, they seem to appreciate them very much. We they do, particularly during Ramadan, we they go around different societies and different environments for go preach and for go do a lot of giving out. So when we talk about hijab, it's the covering. When you look at Surah Al-Azab and Surah Al-Nur, it tell the Prophet, tell you Sahabas and wives and all believers, make your wives cover themselves. One, for prevent themselves from being embarrassed or dehumanized. But not to Islam bring the covering. If you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 5 and 6, say you cannot go to God with your head uncovered, except if you want your head shaven. If you are ashamed to have your head shaven, you should be ashamed to go to God with your head uncovered. Almighty God, ask that everybody, hijab will never be silent. So in that light, we CPED the work with Elba to see how we will celebrate the day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alright, so welcome back. You see the watch a special program where they come to you live from Liberty Television as we look at plenty issues surrounding discrimination across the country. Well, earlier on we don't discuss with two set of people we actually don't able to explain to you with regard to the forms of discrimination that will happen at different work of place in our society. Continue for watch the program as we continue with the conversation. You will send a message to the number +23274 200 545. We drop we a comment at the platform side you watch me either on our Facebook or we YouTube page. Me to bring you the program. My name is Al-Hassan Kumar. Just been joined by Sarah Thomas Kamara, the Vice President for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. He in the studio. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon,
Now,
Samuelito, and good afternoon, viewers.
all right. Now a pleasure for getting you in the studio.
Thank you.
I like the dress anyway.
Thank you
That's
very
cool.
much.
It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
All right. So, of course, Sarah Thomas Kamara, the Vice President for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress, he did in the studio for can help to discuss about this particular important topic in the program. Well, we will look at another topic inside this session of the program. We get to do with embracing diversity and for foster inclusion in our environment. Now, let me look at this issue we get to do with how best we go for embrace diversity and for foster inclusion within the society across Sierra Leone.
For me, I don't get issue with that
Okay.
because I come out from two different families. My mama na Christian, my daddy na be Muslim. But actually, I take the Christian doctrines. Then, fortunately, unfortunately, I can marry to Muslim man. So I don't get issue with the diversity side because I believe say we are all equal in the sight of God. And God not make nobody different, be it a Muslim or a Christian. We are all one in his presence. So I don't get problem with inclusiveness.
Okay.
Because even now me your host will not force nobody for join. Usa you want that you choose. And with a good option, they say choose. If you want go pray, you go pray. If you want go church, you go church. But one of the world they say, if you say you go church, go church. If you say you they pray, you for pray. That's one of the things then that was. So we get open hands now. Me on us. I don't get issue with inclusion.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get the problem with inclusion.
All right. Just like what you mentioned about, you coming from this religion because of marriage, now to another religion, with that's very good, because when you look at Sierra Leone, we will say Sierra Leone is a religious tolerant country.
Yeah.
Where that's done happen for quite a very long time across the country. But now let me look at the local culture and the religious norms we go for transform and support with inclusiveness within the society. How culture and that of religion they able for work together?
As I say, the community I find myself now, na a Muslim community, and that's not full at all. When I did me daddy come out from, I can always say, I can always admire Aberdeen. When he come for go church, all man they go church. When he come for pray, you see all my way in gown back, they go pray. I don't get problem with that. But one thing what I go say is that I know they criticize nobody. And culture to some extent, you get some, make it say, na fanatism that one day. Any Muslim will say, no, they go inside church, or any Christian will say, no, they go inside mosque. Na fanatism that one day. Okay. Not to me, not think say, na religion, na the issue. Na fanatism that one day. Because God is one, you not get two. You can the same prayer that they pray to Allah and the same prayer Christian and they pray to Papa God. So I don't get music in look them they say na fanatics, then they call not they go inside church or not they with a call. But I think as you rightly say, Sierra Leone religious tolerant, and you get a lot of intermarriages then we make Muslim and Christian and they married and they are the same house. Okay. When they come for go pray, the one person they go pray in your side. Or we come for go church, whatever. But they're very supportive of themselves in their religions. Okay. So, to some fanatics. Not to me not see I'm like a religious and cultural.
So like you feel say like a country, we go able for bridge the gap on that issue. They talk about fanaticism and also how culture, because plenty of people they talk about we can do discrimination based on the culture, based on the religion and society at which we belong. So as people within the country, how we will bridge that gap?
I think we able for do them. They use me self as an example. As I say, me man a Muslim, and when we can go there Muslim business, you go see. Of course, say obviously that they say Muslim one side, the woman the one side, the man the one side. Okay. But you always defend and for sit down with me. When I can tell and say, but go sit down with your company man there, and I say no. Me and you two now one, so for sit down together. Okay. So if we all get that perception there, say we say we two now one, we for sit down together, I think it's easy for me to bridge the gap. Sierra Leoneans we're not difficult. Honestly, we're not difficult. Okay. We're not too difficult for me to bridge that gap there. Okay. You understand?
All right, fam, we'll continue for watch. We'll bring a special program. We can see you live on Liberty Television, now with Facebook, YouTube, and our website. Don't forget to say we'll be part of the program through you send your message to the number +232 74 200 545, or you drop a comment on the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. Tell me what you think about the discussion as we look at all forms of discrimination across the country, and as well how best we go able to embrace ourselves as a nation with regards to inclusiveness and diversity. We not the key issues that we discuss inside the program this afternoon. Well, of course, I did with Sarah Thomas Kamara. We in the Vice President for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. Stay with you in the studio for help with on this particular issues that we discussed at the program. We look at why a crucial, Miss Sarah, why a crucial for Lex Salon prioritize diversity and inclusiveness within the society. How a crucial and why?
The reason why make I feel say it crucial because that go help with for bring development. Because I tell you, if we not do that, we try for resist that, we're not go able for bridge that gap there.
Okay.
Because if we want for develop, one person where they frown at discrimination and not like where they say this, that one day. We are all one. In society, we are all one. So there is need for make we bridge that gap there. Because if we want for develop and we want for be a country where people then go admire, I think we for agree for make we come. Because you go see some other man, they say, I know the goodie because na Muslim in get business. Or I know they eat this because na that one they no. We all for honestly I accept all man in beliefs and I can intend for ensure say what you believe and not go against them.
Okay.
And what you self believe, you not for go against them. I try for protect that as best because that make me a little bit make me liberal.
Okay.
Because I not for say because you know they eat this or me not they eat this or me not they dress so or me not they dress so. No. I tell you, so tell me they go married and the rest complete hijab. Because I look and say not just dressing, not to anything. And it should say you respect Papa God. Because when I get this opportunity for talk, I decide for us research on the hijab.
Okay.
You find out say na been the Christian and me they dress so.
Okay.
Where they want for pray or where they want for read the word of God. Now they complete they dress themselves completely. So hijab not a Muslim dressing. Me as a Sierra and if I feel for dress with hijab today, I for dress with I mean I can feel it. Okay. That's not show say me na Muslim. No.
Okay.
I can dress that way. They simply I tell you, and if not because of my school today, while they come this radio this television discussion, I want dress completely.
Sure. The
hijab dressing for sure see that's the dressing. Not to that make me a Muslim.
Yeah. Okay. All right, continue for stay with me. In Sarah Thomas Kamara, now the Vice President for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress, we David at the studio for help we for continue with the conversation. We've just been joined by Daniel Sawane Esquire, in a lawyer and activist. Just on joining at the studio. Good afternoon, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
My pleasure to get you. All right, they continue with the conversation. We look at earlier on. We don't talk about the impact of discrimination on Sierra Leone development. As the world they celebrate World Hijab Day on the 1st of February 2025, and also we get over 140 countries that they help in that for celebrate World Hijab Day. Of course, this particular discussion we want for. Definitely look at then two areas here. We get for with the impact of discrimination and the silent development, and as well we also look at embracing diversity and for fostering inclusion in the environment. That's not something we discuss on as you just join we now the program. Daniel, we want to take you quick one on this particular issue we get for how best we as Sierra Leoneans for able to embrace diversity and also follow we foster inclusion within the environment, because that's been the greatest problem. How best we can discriminate people, we not can include people in different areas because of we think otherwise on the certain people in the as an activist within a young point.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. For some time, a very long time now, we don't hold long time beliefs on certain things and traditional beliefs where sometimes innocently we not even know self say that they create injustice for other people.
Okay.
For example, traditional gender roles. People will tell you say the woman in role na for dinner house. Forgetting say by placing the woman only in the home, it actually exclude her from learning opportunities or making pursue even in your own personal career. All of you get individual ambitions. But those traditional roles, they inadvertently sometimes they exclude people then from them benefit from their own right. So diversity is very key. It is the only way we can excel as a nation when we embrace our identity. Okay. People with different backgrounds. Okay, for example, I've had this several times. People will tell you say certain ethnic group they get likeness for certain sexual orientation, even without proof attached to it. Whether good or bad, they will say this tribe. Because probably they get 1 or 2 experience with certain people in that tribe, they make overgeneralization, say this tribe so. Because one person lied by you, say this tribe, they're all dishonest. So, but if we can embrace diversity, we will actually create equal opportunity for everybody for thrive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how because you are a lawyer and an activist. So in this context, how are we go able for use civil society and professionals, for helping propagate this issue of diversity and inclusion within the society?
Yes. We need for note say this is not only the responsibility of government. Actually, a lot of actors need for really come on board for CC, which we dream about for accomplish inclusiveness and diversity actually come to reality. Professionals like civil society, teachers, school going pupils, everybody gets a role for play in this. All right, because if we create a level playing field for everybody in the workplace, I know, for example, that in schools they now embrace using of HIJAB. But I'm in the schools basically. They do that. I find that in most of the private schools, but a good number of public schools do not have such policy. So these are things that actually happen. You go out, you walk in the streets, in your office, you see discrimination across the board. Across the board, not only among professionals, but we get a role as activists, civil society activists. Make sure we create the level playing field for create awareness. Public education will be the word, the thing for really embark on seriously. Many of people, especially in the provinces, don't even know say certain prejudices discriminatory. Okay? Because they never learn them. There's less TV or radio talk shows, community stakeholders engagement minimal. So they actually accept within they don't see from childhood coming up. Within perhaps the aged people, the chief, or other stakeholders in the community, they accept and say that normal practice. But these long-held beliefs actually very much discriminatory. Okay. You get certain communities where because you are young, you don't get a voice in certain topics. Yeah. Your woman will tell you, what's under? Small picking. So ageism, one of the forms of discrimination. They will tell you that because of a particular faith you believe in. You not get right for certain environments or certain jobs, as the case may be. The Constitution actually provide protections for these rights. Even though we not get specific legislations, for example, things like whether people are allowed for use HIJAB, but the Constitution provide for that, for example. Okay. You know that? Yes. Yeah. Which is the ground norm and the most supreme law. But we not get specific enactments where they are against incident. There have been tremendous efforts across the board for CC. Some of these discriminatory actions are being addressed. So we get recent legislations, for example, like the GIRI Act, Domestic Violence Act, like the Employment Act of 2023. They are very instructive on some of these things, but again, some of them silent on some specific discriminations, which civil society activists like we always want to amplify. Make sure even the last man at village, we are evidencing them.
All right, continue for stage 3. In Daniel Sawane, ex-wa, in a lawyer and activist, we the help we inside this particular discussion. Continue for sending your message to the number +23274200545. We bring a special program as we look at issues surrounding discrimination, inclusion, and that of national cohesion. That's very The program we watch, they come to you live na Liberty Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and our website www.libertyonlinetv.com. I still with Madam Kamara as we discuss on the issues that we get to do with this inclusion. So, whose lessons then they will for learn successfully with the kind of initiative for able for reduce them forms of discrimination there within Sierra Leone.
I think the legal man wisdom hit one side really. I think we for really work on for make we go achieve this inclusiveness, and for let we educate. We for educate, because if we not do that, I tell you, we not go able for, and we get for diversify again. As it all, you get laws and now where they come. like the labor law we talk about of 2023, try to address that issue they completely, so you not go discriminate at all, because what a man can do, woman can do, and probably I think we can do them better in some cases. But the truth is, we for make people then know. People they don't know say that some of them things they are doing a law, and they don't know. As he talk, the constitution, it creates a broad space for address their issues there. So, but we for try for bring them thing and they can't down to the lily thing the way they deal with. Like from the labor perspective, some of the collective agreements try for be gender sensitive, because if you not try for address them for say he or she, you're not go able for no, you go tend for them. So they try for include gender sensitive words them into the collective bargaining agreements them what they deal with. And we self way I think able for address inside and if we see them they try for discriminate, we for try for talk to people and for make them understand say we are all one. And you know, when you look from God will make we, it not treat nobody different. It treat we all the same way. And if we believe say God is one and is the supreme being, that simply means we for treat we all the same way. Okay. So we get for educate. You understand? Yeah. Then we try for create opportunities for make all man go take part. Because when you come, I will talk about the disabled in this case. When you come, disability not to inability. That we for understand say disability not to inability. If we disable, you give them the same opportunity with me we're able. I think we can able for achieve that. Then that time that we go push far away. Okay. Because if you watch now the poverty areas now more he shift one side to the disabled. No, we're not for look there like that. We for try somehow when we picking them no then get then deformities and we can try for just push them now one corner for let them they no give them the same opportunity where the able person get. Then you go see for make like now we they try for push more for inclusiveness, because if I make the able person able for do am, the woman able do am, the man able do am, the pikin able do am, and we all able for do am. It talk about when it comes to some areas wherein me like me then say me they train me grand pikin bad. I say no, I know they train them bad, but I want for make enough for able for when you see me enough for afraid. If for talk waiting, so but we they guide them still, even though we they guide them with waiting if for talk. Okay. Even though we give them the free space to make it talk. But there are things that when we look at AI, it understands so we don't want to let it talk. Okay. But we can always say, picking up for talk with a big person, they no guide them if for talk. Because sometimes something they do way because we don't tell us say not talk with big people they not they talk at all. But let me guide them for making when and how for talk. Okay.
Okay. All right, continue for still to ask with this fed for round up this particular program. We look at different issues that we don't discuss. We get for do with discrimination and inclusiveness within the society. We now the program are there with Madam Thomas Kamara. They help with the discussion so far. I've just been joined by Daniel Sawane Esquire with the as we wrap up, Daniel, we look at this legal framework. Yeah, how best this legal framework will be for combat discrimination across the country, since you're coming from a legal aspect.
Yes, so earlier I say the country don't make some effort. We are not really that bad. We still get certain good laws, and the only challenge also you get to do with enforcing existing laws.
Yeah. Okay.
We know states alone don't sign up a lot of international treaties. Yeah. And the country they make efforts step by step for they can domesticate, they can localize some of their laws and but enforcing the existing laws and a challenge. So if we keep on calling for more, but those who exist unable for even utilize them, then it will be a challenge. We always continue to sit here and talk about all of these challenges. But frantic efforts need to be made for ensure they enforce the existing laws and massive public education should be taken. And because Sierra Leone is also signing up to International Labour Congress, like he said, universal standards normally, how people, workers should be treated fairly. Because when you consider individual merit rather than any other thing else, we will get a very conducive society for everybody. So it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter the age. Some of these things are clearly provided for in some of our recent laws. Okay. So I'm not going to a subject like homosexuality. The country clearly in this salon it is illegal, but you get other bits where they don't provide for. For example, like I mentioned earlier on, the Employment Act. It is so revolutionary, my brother. You should find time to read it. How many people even read our laws? That is the other challenge, because we want better laws. We want laws where go meet best practice. Yeah. But honestly we get some good laws, yeah. Even though some people go call for making them touch some of the laws, and for example the Constitution for me also very much discriminatory in one particular aspect. You know, say for make you contest for president, there is age discrimination for 40 years and above. Yeah. I don't know how many of we agree on this, but ageism can be also a form of discrimination. Okay, so some of you will call for make we review such kind of laws. We review them so that they go for accommodate. There are lots of intelligent and progressive leaders who are not 40, but they are being excluded because of that age gap there. Yeah. So.
All right, thank you so much. Well, now so this edition of the program will left you. Of course, we don't discuss a lot with regards to the two topics that we're talking about. We get to do with the impact of discrimination, asylum development, and as well embracing diversity and for foster inclusiveness within the environment where we find ourselves. I want to say plenty thank you to Madam Sarah Thomas Kamara, we are the Vice President for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress, and also plenty thank you to Daniel Sawane Esquire, we lately joined inside the program in a lawyer and activist. I want to say plenty thank you as well. We don't follow the program, we don't send you messages, and we don't ensure that we follow them messages and see our best we will for work into and put them into practice. Plenty thank you to the production team, Musa Sao Koma, and also to Wadaman Senesi, we help we for make this program reach you any side way there across the world. But of course, now so this edition of the program will left you. Till we meet again, me will bring country this edition. My name is Alhassan Koma. Stay blessed and have a comfortable day. Bye bye.
For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices go. Credibility, now we are building news. Give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the security power. If you call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV there before. Give the news, give the view, the tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the security power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.